we are. Santa Barbara. Birthday weekend.
Birthday weekend!
Yeah. Gorgeous views. We're here at Stearns Wharf, so checking this out first. Then we go to the hotel. Alright. These are the famous lobster rolls. Very good. Got a beer, got lobster rolls, got a great view. Seagull's just chilling. What's up? How you doing? Call him Edgar.
Edgar the Seagull.
Yeah. What's up, Edgar? Celebrating in style. The manager judged Bethany because she did not want the wine, the champagne flutes.
I just said we had some in our room, but they were not the proper ones.
Yes. He's like, you can drink out of paper cups if you want, but.
Yes, I was not high class enough.
Cheers. It's a birthday weekend.
So birthday weekend. Ken and I work morning, day, and night. We work weekends, we work weekdays. So this seems incredibly self-indulgent, but also we kind of have earned it.
Yeah, exactly. There she blows. The Azure Seas, which is blue seas.
I feel like you should be able to roll your R.
Azure.
There you go. There you go.
But this is the view where we're chilling. About to do the sunset cruise. You ready for this?
I'm so ready.
The drinks are arriving now, but Bethany and I got ours early.
Yep. It was so funny. She looked at me. She's like, "Would you like a menu?" I was like, "No, I'm set."
She's already got a server. She married one. Can I hand you this?
Down there.
Thank you so much.
Maybe not plenty of space, but there's space.
I like how you amended the plenty of space.
My uncle tried to teach me on a sailboat, but like looking at the sail and the little things that like flapped in the wind, I'm not sure I get this.
It takes a little bit, but it's not that.
Oh my god.
Oh my gosh, looks like an overgrown soul.
She does.
You just put that there when you're done.
She is destroying that coconut.
She's just a little puppy.
Destruction.
Yeah.
It is mine.
Yep, sleepy otters.
Yep.
The fun fact for otters are most otter species use their mouths to locate and capture food, but these otters use their partially webbed forepaws for the task. Chilean flamingos, some parrots.
Flamingos are well known for their beautiful pink color and their luxuriously long legs. These long legs help them to wade through mud and water on their search for food. The parrots right there are beautiful.
Yeah, I know. I still remember feeding the flamingos at the San Diego Zoo.
Yep.
Oh, there he is. Oh, he's got like red eyes too.
Yeah, very cool looking.
Yeah. Punk rock chicken is a blue-crowned pigeon.
Oh wow.
How do we know pigeons like that in our backyard? Life is so tough. Rough night last night. This is the way to see the otters. Oh, they're so adorable. Quit ruining nap time.
Oh, look at them.
Mm-hmm.
They're water puppies.
Water puppies?
Yeah, they're water puppies. What, Wiggle?
And the one in the middle is like the conductor. It's like, no guys, alright, look. If we're gonna make this barbershop quartet work, you gotta get serious.
Hi.
Monty? There's Monty.
Your name Monty?
There's Monty right there.
Hey, Monty.
Shake his head. Hello, but look at Monty. What that one is, but there's one up there. Little guy. cold. Oh, they're fighting. Two can't fight. Oh my gosh.
Oh, there he is.
Oh, look at him go.
He did parkour.
Wow.
He did. Bird of prey you never want to see. So that means you're
toast.
Yep. So guys. Okay. The poppies. Mm-hmm. Here at the Santa Barbara Botanic Gardens. With the mountains in the background. Mm-hmm. We'll pass over it, looks like. Yeah, this is a cool area because it's like it's just like a hike almost more than a very easy hike, but it feels more like a hike than walking through a botanic garden.
Yeah.
Like back in Chicago, everything was like so like contained and everything, which is beautiful, but this is a different feel to it, which is nice. Bethany realized this was a face. I did not.
You don't see it?
No, I see it. Yeah,
Okay.
those little arms are out there and the googly eyes and crazy hair. Yep, we did it. We made it through out of the maze. This is the life. You got this. You got. Which way are you going? Ta-da! Triumphant. Okay, back to reality. Yeah. But Santa Barbara was a ton of fun. Glad that we chose to celebrate our birthdays that way and, you know, do a proper celebration and not, because I think a lot of times for our birthdays we don't make such a big deal out of it. So it's nice to make a big deal out of it this time.
Yeah, I agree. I kind of think maybe we're onto something for a tradition here.
Yeah, I'm down with that.
We've talked about making Santa Barbara a place that we go to every year because that's where we got married and sort of like holds a special place in our hearts. But we are also finding that for our anniversary, we do like to travel to new destinations, not just return to Santa Barbara. But, you know, our birthdays might be that time when we would just go back for some sentimentality and fun and romance.
So what'd you think of the Sunset Cruise?
I love the Sunset Cruise. Overindulged on the Sunset Cruise because I had so much fun. It was funny because we were talking about how like we're so into the workflow and like the grind and the home kind of like maintenance and everything else, that getting out was kind of like, you know, being the kid who goes to college for the first time when you're just like, whoa, let's party, and you go all in on it. The cruise was cold, and yet we managed to stay warm enough, which for me, being an always cold person, was kind of an accomplishment. They had good drinks on there. We met some really fun people, and it was an all around good time. I loved all of the trip, but I think that was kind of a highlight in terms of a very fun and social experience that was taking us outside of our norm.
It was fun because I felt like we got to, I don't know, show off with each other, showcase, you know, just, I don't know, have a good time. And one of the highlights was the captain.
Yeah.
Chatting with the captain, and you know, he was like showing us pictures of his dog and a video of his like puppy and whatnot. So that was cool. Like, you know, we talked to the crew. There was one part where they told me not to touch a little this thing that said "Do not touch." And I asked the crew members, like, would you get shocked if you touch this? But like, because it says "Do not touch," and all I want to do now is touch it.
That's my husband.
Yeah, and it's like, no, you wouldn't get a shock, but like not be good for the boat or something like that. It would set off like the steering. I told the captain that. He's like, I would have adjusted.
Yeah, the captain was a lot of fun, for sure.
The zoo was nice. I think my favorite part about the zoo was the like condors. So we thought they were vultures at first, but like I'd never seen, I think, condors before. And it's certainly not them feeding. Like, you know, it was very like brutal, but it was kind of cool to see.
Yeah, the condors are definitely, they stand out in your mind. I loved walking through, they had this section called like walking through the outback where we got to see a wallaby, which
Yeah.
I like had always kind of heard about different wildlife in Australia, but for some reason I just don't think I ever really knew what a wallaby was. So I was very pleased to actually get that education and learn what that was. Unfortunately, even though the area is like an open area where the animals could potentially walk up to you or around you, obviously on Saturday afternoons they sleep. So we just got to see them from a distance, but that was fine.
What was cuter, the otters or the penguins?
I think the otters had a little bit more personality. So the otters were all in a cluster and they were napping. People would come up and look at them. They would like whip their head around like, shush, we're napping. Like they like had this attitude about them. But that attitude was on the face of otters. So it's like, it's just so cute. Like you just want to like squish them. But I think the penguins were a little bit more like showboaty. Like they would come and like swim around you a little bit and like they were more into social, whereas the otters were into napping.
And the botanical gardens was different than like any botanical gardens I've been to, although I've only been to one other botanical garden, so that is not hard to do. It was just the one in Chicago or in the suburbs of Chicago. But like this botanical garden, they were very into the natural wildlife or wildflowers. They wanted to like promote the natural environment. So like it was kind of like just going on a hike almost.
Yeah, I really liked this. Their whole mentality is about conservation.
Yeah.
When you get to the end of the hike around the gardens, they talk about like how you can have water-friendly backyards, which is a big thing for California because of the drought that we're always in. And it was all native plants. So you really got to see
native plants, that's what I was looking for.
So you really got to see a variety of the different environments that do actually exist in California. They had areas that were very prone to hotter climates, more succulents, some cacti. Then of course they had like the poppy fields, but then you get up further and there's like redwoods, and you go down into the more wooded area and you get to some like cooler temperature areas where you can see other plants. And I think the whole thing just made me realize, like, again, because we are so much in the workflow of things, we don't get out into nature almost at all.
Touch some grass, yeah.
Yeah, and I would really like to. So it kind of like reminded me of that thing because we really don't do it outside of when we travel.
Yeah, that's true.
We live in a desert, so temperatures here are not conducive to going outside most months of the year.
Yeah.
But, you know, we are in California, so we're not that far away from some pretty cool nature and environment that we can check out.
Yeah, we got to go through a maze in there. It's like they had some like other cool things that like you just don't normally see in botanical garden. Like I mean, so they had a maze. I think it was designed for kids, but we still got out of the maze.
We did.
And then they had like little like a teepee, like a hut, barrels that I was able to climb in. And
he did.
Yeah, and hang out in, and like some weird art like with the face and the like.
Oh yeah, the tree.
Yeah.
With the face.
Yeah, the tree with the face. That was odd. It was a little spooky.
It was a little bit. You know, you could make it really cool for Halloween if you just put like a red floodlight underneath it and whatnot. That would be pretty cool.
I think it wasn't as cool as the mermaid we saw at the beach in the sandcastle.
Oh yeah, That artist was amazing.
Yeah. How long did you say it took? Was it like 15 hours or like 10 hours?
Yeah.
Or we just had pictures of that. We didn't film anything. It's very impressive, and make sure to give him a tip and our appreciation for that.
Like, I can't even make a kitty kind of sandcastle. So
Yeah, I
to see
know.
what he created was just, I mean, kind of mind-blowing.
Yeah, very much so. What was your favorite part of the trip overall?
I mean, from a social element, the cruise, but I think just kind of like the whole thing of just getting away, you and I, and
Yeah.
being taken kind of outside the norm, I think it was a really positive thing to do, because you can kind of get too stuck into a rhythm of life, especially if like you're
Yeah.
working all the time and whatnot. It like doesn't leave you a lot of explorative time outside of that. So I think it was just fun to get out and explore with
Yeah.
you.
That's sweet. For me, it was definitely the cruise. I love the ocean. I love being by the water. If I could pick any place to live by, it would definitely be by the ocean. It just relaxes me, it calms me, it just makes me happy. And so like you can get a drink anywhere, but getting a drink out on the ocean and chatting it up. The views weren't spectacular, but we saw some like sea lions or seals, and then there was a cloud. It was cloudy, so we didn't get to see the best sunset. And then when it got too cold, basically when the sun was setting, so like most people went inside. But yeah, it was just a chill atmosphere, and so I really enjoyed that. We're not that far from the beach, so we should go to the beach more often too.
Yeah, well, now that we have Foxy, we can maybe go back to the dog beach.
True, we're fostering right now a dog, Foxy. Bethany's a failed foster, so
Damn.
process of adopting.
Yes.
Yeah, and I'm another surprise as well.
Yeah.
Happening very soon.